Jaron "Boots" Ennis has joined Canelo Alvarez's training camp to help him prepare for his fight against Terence Crawford. However, Brian Norman Sr. said sparring with Jaron "Boots" Ennis does not really prepare Canelo Alvarez for Terence Crawford because their styles are very different.
Give him a better chance. I mean, I think it's good work. Crawford, I don't think Crawford fight. Not Crawford. I don't think Boots fight like Crawford at all. That was just I think the comparison they was making initially was just as they both were switch hitters and they both could be so naturally. That's really the only thing that they do the same. They don't do anything else the same, literally. So I never understood the comparison in that myself. But I think it's still a good look because all work is good work and you want the best work.
Moreover, Andre Dirrell said Jaron "Boots" Ennis joining Canelo Alvarez's camp is a form of payback toward Terence Crawford for not fighting Boots back in 2024 when he called him out.
Camp with Canelo. I do believe this is get back on Crawford for not taking the fight with Boots back in 2024 when Boots called him out. But Crawford was on the bigger and better things, baby. That bigger and better things being Canelo Alvarez, September 13th, 2025. Bigger legacy, bigger name, bigger payday, bigger status. So, too little, too late, Boots. But I am looking forward to how you advance in your career after this because this camp is definitely going to level you up, man. You're going to get better because of it in every aspect. Toughness, skill set, smarts.
He went on to say that this experience will level Boots up in every aspect and prepare him for future challenges.
You're going to get a lot from this camp, champ. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you do because of it. You're already a bad man, dog. I want to see where you take it from here. But Crawford, it's over. I believe he walking away in the sunset, especially if he walk away with the victory, which I'm hoping for. But you, champ, you're going to have to settle for something else. Get Canelo that work, man. He going to need it. He going to need it. According to Roy Jones, Canelo got to be on his A game. You got to be on yours too, man. We're looking forward to seeing what you do after this. It's raining on me right now, so I'm going to cut this short, baby. But Boots, get somebody else, champ. Get somebody else. I'm out.
Greg Hackett said Jaron "Boots" Ennis will gain a lot from being in camp with an elite fighter like Canelo Alvarez, who has faced every style imaginable.
I mean, Jaron Ennis get from it being in with the elite, a guy who's prepared for everything. One thing you can't say about Canelo is that he hasn't seen something. Canelo's seen southpaws, he's seen tall guys, short guys, slick fighters, he's seen bulls, he's been up against everything. So you get a world of experience with a guy like Canelo. You get a guy who's in full confidence with a guy like Canelo. So
AKOYE said he was glad Jaron "Boots" Ennis went to spar with Canelo Alvarez because it gives Boots top-level sparring that he rarely gets, as he is usually the one dominating others in his area.
I'm glad that he did it because, one, that gives him, I guess, top-level sparring because Boots is always looking for sparring too because he's tearing guys up here. So I've never seen him travel anywhere to spar. I don't know if he has. Maybe he does. I don't know. But for him to do that, that's a big step for him. But beyond that, it's a better step for Canelo because, honestly, somebody asked me the other day, I think my fiance might have asked me, like, who you think will win the fight? You don't really know boxing. So I was like, yo, this is actually one of the few fights that's 50-50 to me because they both highly skilled and then their walk-around weights, you really don't know how far off of each other they really are in regards to true size because although Crawford fights at a lower weight, they may walk around at a similar weight, you never know. Frame-wise, they're not that far off. So, and then also Crawford has a lot more tools in the bag in regards to offense. Like he got a lot of offensive skills. So I said, okay, well, if Crawford fights his fight, he can make it difficult for Canelo. And if Canelo can hurt Crawford early and corner him and cut the ring off real well, he can make it a difficult night for Crawford.
Breadman Edwards said using Jaron "Boots" Ennis as a sparring partner for Canelo Alvarez was a smart decision because Boots and Terence Crawford share many similarities, even if they are not identical.
Because if I was getting prepared for Crawford, I would use Boots as a sparring partner. If I was getting prepared for Boots, I would use Crawford as a sparring partner. I think that they're not exactly the same. No two people are, but they're very, very similar in styles with the switching, boxer puncher, killer mentality. They got a lot of things similar. So I think it was a good move by Team Canelo. And I got a kid that I train that box Boots, Crawford, and Canelo. So, and obviously being from Philly, I done seen Boots in the gym for the last 11 years. Literally, the first time I ever hired him was in 2014 to spar Julian Williams. So I've been around him a long time, and I think it was a good move. You know, I'm still rocking with Crawford, but I know some people that was like, man, I'm changing my pick now because that's like the best sparring you could get, and they showed them that Canelo is taking this fight super serious. So I respect everybody's opinion, but I'm still rocking with Crawford. I still think he's gonna pull it off.
Teddy Atlas said he could see Terence Crawford winning because Canelo Alvarez's recent performances suggest possible decline.
Oh yeah, I could see Crawford winning. And why? Well, Canelo's last performance, real quick, what could it be? I already went over this. You want to hear it in a deeper breakdown? Canelo, he's either old man time, that undefeated guy, he finally caught up to him. He's made so much money that the urgency's not there, the fire's not there. At least it wasn't there a week ago. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this one, that maybe he's a little overrated. I listen, you know, you can make the argument that he lost the first Triple G, you know, but you can make the argument he lost to Lara. He did lose to Mayweather. You can make the argument he was too young in his career. Maybe. Although it wasn't that young. He turned pro when he was 15 or 16. He was 23. He was already pro for how many years?
Amir Khan said he knows Terence Crawford well and described him as mentally strong and extremely focused, calling him a killing machine when he locks in on something.
Listen, I know Crawford well enough where, okay, the guy is so mentally strong. And when he sticks to one thing and he's focused, he's a killing machine. Honestly, like, I've been there with him, you know what I mean? And I've seen him when he's triggers. You don't want to switch that. You don't want to have that switch because the guy is an animal and he has no fear. With us, we were nice guys, you know what I mean? We were a little bit more nicer than him. When I was a fighter myself. He's total opposite to me. He's a proper killer, bro. Like, he don't give a damn. He's one of them that just let's go to war.
You saw him spar bigger guys as well?
Yeah, I mean, look, he had sparring heavier guys, but I've seen him wrestling more heavier guys, really. And boxing, yeah, got wrestling heavier guys and taking them down. Like, bro, making them scream. Honestly, we were doing that. Now, that's why when people said to me, Canelo's stronger, but I don't know if Canelo, yeah, stronger at punching maybe, but at that body weight, that strength, that core strength, Crawford's a beast. People are gonna see. People not gonna expect that from Crawford.
Antonio Tarver said both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford have the greatness to win this fight, making it impossible to confidently pick one over the other.
You don't know who's gonna win the fight. Let's say that. Both of these guys' greatness can win this fight. You feel me? Both of these guys' greatness can win this fight. You would be crazy to think Canelo can't win this fight with his power, strength. And this man ain't never been hurt, really never been in trouble before. But that one time,
shout out to Cotto, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that one time he had Cotto,
the younger brother, the other brother. Yeah,
that's the only time we seen Canelo shook up. So he learned how to either take a punch or not get hit with that punch. Smart, you feel me? Tank. Man, one of the most gifted.
Oh, you mean Bud?
Bud. I'm sorry, Bud. One of the most gifted fighters out there, bro. And he got it the hard way. You feel me? The hard way. Through work, commitment, and dedication. And being a leader, he's really led a lot of these young champions. You feel me? So Crawford has stood out from the beginning, bro.
That's a wrap for today's video. Fight fans, but now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're fired up to hear what you think. This fight has us buzzing, and we know the debate's gonna be wild. Smash that like button and hit subscribe.